We can't let Biden or Kamala Harris have another administration. And if you showed a lot of polls in the front, the one you should have showed was the Marquette poll that just came out that shows that Trump and Biden are margin of error. We're going to once again be biting our nails, wondering if Trump can pull it off, and he can't. I defeat Joe Biden by 18 points in the Marquette poll. The thing is, we have to make sure that we can win. We want to do all these changes in our country. None of those changes matter if we can't beat Biden. And we've got to get that done. And that's why these primaries matter, is we can talk about who we like all day long. But at the end of the day, if who you like can't win, then we're in a whole ball of mess. And we cannot take 4 more years of Joe Biden.
How do you get there? This Saturday, the primary. How do you get there beyond this state when you haven't won a state yet? How do you win your first state?
I mean, it's amazing to say I haven't won a state yet. You've only had 3 states that have voted.
Well, it's not amazing.
We need to
South
go ahead and let
Carolina's
these
winner
states
take all. I mean, it's
yeah, but we need to let
he's going to pick up more delegates.
South Carolinians have not voted yet. South Carolinians have not voted yet.
Fair.
Look, if you and everybody else tells me to get out of this race,
I'm not telling you anything.
It would be the longest general election race in history. Keep in mind, 70% of Americans have said they don't want Trump or Biden. They are the most disliked politicians in America. 60% of Americans have said Donald Trump's too old and Joe Biden's too old to run for president. We have to win, and we need a new generational leader that can put in 8 years of hard work, day and night, making sure we get things done. No drama, no vendettas, just results for the American people. I'm determined to go to every single state and give people the right. If 70% don't want Trump or Biden, let them have another option. Let's let them vote. Let's let this play out. 10 days after South Carolina, 20 plus states and territories will vote. Let's let that happen.
Real quickly, and I'm going to ask my team for grace on this. Saturday, February 24th, the same day as your primary, is 2 years exactly to the date that the war started when Russia invaded Ukraine. I'm wondering, you know, with 48% of Americans in a recent poll saying that they thought we didn't need to spend more, that we've spent too much already. They wanted to know exactly where the dollars are going to Ukraine. With that kind of headwind, you have advocated for continued aid for Ukraine. Can you make that case, and can you convince people to see it your way?
Well, first of all, I think we should never govern by the polls. I think we need to tell people the hard truths. I blame Joe Biden because he has never once told the American people why they should care about Ukraine. And I think we have to look at the fact that I don't think we should give cash to any country, friend or enemy, because you can't follow it and you can't hold it accountable. But in this situation, the reason it matters so much, Harris, is because Putin has said once he takes Ukraine, Poland and the Baltics are next. Those are NATO countries. That immediately puts America at war. This is about preventing war. We should give them the equipment and ammunition they need to win. It is only 3.5% of our defense budget, and it saves us in the long run from having to send more resources or any of our men and women to do that. We don't want war. We've got to prevent it. And I'll tell you what was really dangerous is you had Donald Trump go and say that he would side with Putin over those NATO countries that aren't pulling their weight. And he even doubled down and said he would encourage Putin to invade those countries that aren't pulling their weight. We can't have that kind of language when he goes off script from a teleprompter, because you've got to look at the fact that Trump just sided with a thug that kills his political opponents. He just sided with a man who goes and arrests American journalists and holds them hostage. He sided with him over the allies who stood with us at 9/11.
Ambassador, I understand that you take it that way and that that's what you heard. And we'll have to see how all of this plays out. This president didn't have an invasion by Putin on his watch, the only one in recent presidents. So there is that to be said about it. I can't wait for you to debate him or somebody along the way to give Americans you say deserve that choice. And you're right about that. But we'll see. You got to win a state. And we'll be watching on Saturday.
And he should debate. He should debate. He should answer these questions about Ukraine. He should answer questions about Social Security and why he wants to cut benefits. He should answer questions about raising taxes. Those matter.
You and I always have a spirited talk. I'm so grateful for your time. Thank you very much. Good to see you.
Thanks so much. Go to NikkiHaley.com.